Hey everybody, coming to you again with another word this week. And this week the word is joy. And I'm stealing this word. The reason that I'm using this word is because I'm stealing it from my daughter. My daughter's volleyball team this year has been using the word joy. And right now they have a lot of joy. Their team qualified for the state volleyball tournament. And this evening they're going to be playing their very first game. They're excited. They're joyful. And yet the reason they talked about joy is because joy isn't an emotion. See, joy, as we've been discussing joy together, one of the things we've talked about, joy is a state of being. It's not a feeling. See, the Bible tells us that we should be joyful, that we should take joy in all things, in all circumstances, and in every situation, that we should find joy in the Lord. And that doesn't always mean that we're going to feel good. As our volleyball team heads off to state, there's a happiness, there's an excitement that they have, which is the feeling. And then there's joy that they've had through this season because not everything has gone well. There's been ups and downs. There's been all sorts of things. There's been sickness. There's been injuries. There's been other stuff that have taken place, dynamics within teams that they've had to work through. Yet in the middle of it, they've continued to talk about joy. Joy is a state of being. It's not a feeling. It's something that you have all the time. It's a way that you live that ultimately we find, not because of how our emotions go, but because the promises that we have specifically in Scripture, we can be joyful because we know that Jesus has promised us that in Him, He has overcome the world, that He has taken care of our problems, that we can cast our cares on Him. And that no matter what situation we're going through, we can be joyful. So where are you at this week? As you hear the word joy, do you have joy? Maybe there's things in this world that have stolen your happiness. Maybe you're in a place where you don't have that feeling, where the emotion is gone as you watch what's going on in our world today, as you're going day by day through the world that you live in. Maybe you're sitting there going, I don't have the feeling. Well, I'd encourage you then to not focus on the feeling, but rather focus on your state of being. That you find joy. And I can tell you the ultimate source of joy doesn't come from your experiences, doesn't come from the world you live in. It comes from the Lord. And it comes from His promises that there's something better than this life. And yet in this life, we can take heart because He has overcome the world. So this week, going into this season, as it continues to get colder in the Northern Hemisphere, as there's gonna be white stuff falling, as we go into the holidays, there's all sorts of emotions that come with that. Some of it painful, some of it happy, all sorts of different feelings that we're gonna have. But in this season, let's commit to being joyful, a season of joy, which is a state of being, not a feeling. And as we find that joy in the Lord, He will do amazing things. So try it and see what happens. And hopefully, at the end of this season you're going through, you look back with joy as you stand in awe of God. Have a great week.